Hey friends on YouTube, Erica Hammond here with Type 1 Diabetes for 25 years. This is my final day of fasting. I've been fasting for 5 days, starting Sunday night until Friday night. And I am finally done. And the big finale is to announce that I did lose 9 pounds, which is really exciting. And I just wanted to share with you how my blood sugars were and what my pump did while I was on it, and kind of give you some information that I found out. So the first thing is my pump kept kicking me out of auto mode all week. I was testing probably 6 or 7 times a day just to get it calibrated and get back into auto mode, because when your blood sugar is low for too long or high for too long, it'll say, why is it staying high like this? And it'll kick you out of auto mode. So that was kind of tricky, to stay in auto mode and have to test my blood sugar with my finger stick so many times to calibrate. Another thing is that I was in range for about 59 to 60% of the time, and out of range the rest of the time, but most of it was low. And so the only time that I went high this week is when I would exercise too hard and like my glycogen would kick in, or glucagon would kick in and just send me right through the roof. Like this morning it was 250 after I exercised because I had a pretty good workout. And then when I had broth without bolusing, my body converted some of that to carbohydrates, of course, because the protein's converted to carbohydrate if you're not eating carbohydrates. And so my blood sugar would rise to like 160 or 180 and then go back down. So that wasn't too bad. I've had way worse blood sugars than that, and any diabetic that has lived for very long as a diabetic knows. So the other thing that I took away from fasting for 5 days is that if you're a type 1 diabetic, I think 3 days would be better. 5 days is just too long, feeling too low, and our bodies are different than other people's. They're just different. And then another thing is that the insulin that I used was only for what the pump was giving me, a little bit at a time if my blood sugar did start to rise. So most of the time I didn't see it giving me very much insulin at all. Just a tiny intermittent bit throughout the day. So that's about a half a unit per hour for 24 hours. It's about 13 to 14. So that's what I was having for insulin, just to cover my body's basic metabolic functions. So way less insulin. That's about a third of what I normally take in a day. About a third. So that was nice to cut down on my insulin and lose the weight, of course. That was nice. And then the last thing I want to take away is when you go back to eat. Like tonight, I was so excited about eating my first meal. I was like, finally food, and I made myself with this big salad and with avocado and piece of chicken with the skin for the fat, and some nuts, and a nice salad, a really nice salad. And usually I can just down a huge salad easy, and it was hard. Like I ate half of it and I was done. It was like, stop, you've had enough. And that's great, because my stomach must be a little bit smaller, which is a good thing to do. And I think the other thing that I need to tell you as a type 1 diabetic to take away is, if you are going to try a fast, wean yourself off more slowly, from maybe 2 meals a day, then 1 meal a day, and then a small meal, and then into a fast. And don't do a 5-day fast. It's just, as a type 1, it's just too long. Our bodies are just different. So if you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe and enjoy your evening and your meals, and be healthy and happy. Have a good night.